Education is vitally important to this nation. It's vitally important to the future. You know, it's interesting, John Adams said that his generation studied war so that his children could study math and engineering, and so that his grandchildren could study art and poetry and the finer things in life. And so I've often thought about this notion of this intergenerational wealth buildup, this intergenerational refinement and development. And that's what education is really all about, being able to create a better world than we received and passing on a better one and better opportunities to our children. And education is what helps us do that. But the problem that we have now is that the federal government has gotten involved in education, and they seek to impose these top-down, one-size-fits-all, quote-unquote, solutions to education. What it ends up doing is reducing kids and people to widgets. We're human beings. We're not widgets that can be engineered or calculated and cranked out on a mass production basis. People have different needs. There's different cultures around the country and in different cities and counties and states. Parents and concerned citizens know what's best for their communities, what's best for their kids, and what their kids want. We have got to get the federal government out of the business of regulating education and controlling education through funding education. Listen, it's not even authorized under the Constitution, right? We need to send education and our education dollars back to the people and to the states and stop taking it in the first place with these silly strings attached that are really just counterproductive. And I want to tell you something, and this is just an opinion, and of course as U.S. Senator I have no control over it, but I think to a large degree that even education shouldn't even be handled strictly at the state level. I think it should be as local as possible. There are a lot of different ways to educate our kids. There's a lot of different ways to get an education, a lot of things to do, apprenticeships, technical programs, the arts, music, engineering, the STEM fields. There are a lot of different people in this country with a lot of different interests and talents, and it should be left up to them and their liberty and freedom to choose best what they want to learn and to what they want to pursue, and then the communities and parents can figure out how to take care of that themselves. Even the poorest of the poor people in India can afford private schools because India has a vast private school network and market. And even the poorest people can afford it. And it has sometimes even better outcomes than the public schools. So I advocate the deregulation of education. I certainly at the federal level advocate getting rid of the Department of Education. And until we can do that, massively reducing its funding and its power to control education dollars around the country. We've got to make American government local again and empower people. And one of the ways we've got to do it is through education.